everybody. Hello, we are live. Audio is live. Hello, everybody. So, we are going to be running a tabletop. We're going to be doing a live play. We are calling it Fabulous Misfits, as you can see in the title. Before we get started, I do just want to let everyone know, if you are in chat, this is going to be a very chat-light series. We're not going to interact with chat too much on voice. During breaks, we'll definitely do things. I have I have my mods in the chat. They'll be, saying hi and welcoming raiders and such. Throughout the game, maybe some people will be interacting with you from the cast. Speaking of, we'll be introducing everybody there in a moment. I hope everybody is looking forward to this. So real quick, before we start anything, I'm just gonna have everyone roll me a d12 real quick. This is how we're gonna sort everything out. I'm also gonna get some music playing. Oh, you right. So we got 11, a 2. Swifty got a what? 8? That's because you're not putting it into the tower. Zoom out. All right. So we're going to go around the table, and we're going to be introducing everybody in just a moment. I've got my fancy notebook. I'm going to start the intro, and then we will go into who everyone is. We begin our adventure in Seiren, a small farming village in the southwestern corner of the Kingdom of Andel. The annual Harvest Festival, honoring Phyresia, is in full swing. Phyresia, the Andalian goddess of nature. Anya Fash, the Saint of Vines, is here, as she never misses the Harvest Festival. Though she is retired as a captain from the Light of Andel, she has been granted a small reprieve for protection, led by Celia Ethrite, as much as Anya has protested. However, is not their story. No. Our story follows for unsuspecting individuals. Iffy, why don't you introduce yourself, and then go ahead and introduce your character? Or where can people find you? It's true. That is one of her favorite jokes to make. Thank you. Next up, Swifty. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell people where to find you, and then introduce your character? Thank you. Yoshi, why don't you introduce yourself and introduce your character? A man whose name transcends the need for breathing. And Van, why don't you introduce yourself and your character? All right. Now then, as I said, we are at a harvest festival in full swing. God, that fell so slowly. Right? It was smooth, but it was so slow. So, here's a nice, simple map of the village. And I'm sorry, you know what? You were right. You were right. All right. So, as I said, the festival is in full swing. People are dancing and enjoying food. People are enjoying delicious, you know, delicious local made culinary designs. And quite frankly, there's some games being played as well. So, Iffy, why don't you tell me what? And I'm gonna probably butcher the name for a while till it's memorized, so I do apologize. What is a Kekios doing? Okay. Work is easy enough to find for security, although nobody really thinks anything dangerous is going to happen. Um, easily just asking around, you'll get a couple of side glances, like you came to a festival to do work, huh? Um, well, and after asking a few times, someone basically tells you, hey, you know what? Something you can always do. We could always use people patrolling the outskirts. We'll give you 40 zenny. All right. And with that, you are basically told to walk the perimeter of town. If you see something, shout it out and just keep your eyes open. Perfect. Swifty, what is, again, names I'm going to butcher, Alessandra doing during the festival? All right. Sounds good. Yoshi, my brain is just saying the name of the file. What is Gavon or Gavon doing? Oh boy. All right. You wander in, and quite frankly, it's a festival. People are having fun, eating some food. Some random person just dances by and puts a beer in your hand. Smells good. If your character is a purveyor of beer, it smells good. Tastes good. You know, it's flavorful. Hold on, hold on. I done goofed because I was shouting people out. Uh, Vi, thank you so much for letting me know that I am an idiot. All right. Yep. Yep. Y'all could not be heard at all.
Oh no.
Wow.
This happened because I was so excited, or I was so anxious setting everything up. I knew I missed something.
Should we reintroduce ourselves?
Yes, we're gonna start over. Iffy, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, your character, and what you're doing around town?
I am Iffy from twitch.tv/IffyWooVT. You will hear it often and with much enthusiasm. I am playing Akaikios, who is a disgraced general from the country of Necropolis, who is currently the most underpaid and overqualified security worker this festival has ever seen. Patrolling this little nowhere town with full gleaming runic plate.
Just one question.
Thank you.
Has this festival ever seen a security worker?
It has, but solely because Anya never misses a festival and never gets to come unguarded. Because the Saints are very important people.
Saints.
Even if she is retired, she is a very important person to the Kingdom of Vandel, which is where Seiren is. But, Swift, speaking of, introduce yourself, your character, and what your character is doing around the festival.
I'm Swift Crescendo, friendly neighborhood Silver Dragon VTuber over at Twitch TV/Swift Crescendo. I will be playing Alessandra, or Ellie, to those who know her well, Ironleaf, a formerly troubled student from Schola Conservatoria in a monastery of the Holy Empire of Loria. She's known for practicing resonant magic with a bit of an independent streak. Instead of following the orthodoxy of what her order has done for generations, she finds herself on the outside because she dares to find a way to implement modern technology as part of her work. She's come to this village in order to, first and foremost, avoid the wrath of the presiding abbess, Eleonora, and also to learn from and potentially trade knowledge with the local songweaver, who is, as many individuals of her order do, assisting the village council with things like the running of events such as the festival and ensuring that the harvests that are brought in are as great as they potentially could be.
All right. Yoshi,
All right, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to ask you to repeat the name of the town we're in.
you are in Seiren, which is in the Kingdom of Andel.
And so myself and my character, correct?
Yes.
I am Yoshi. I can be found at twitch.tv/Ophilis. and I am playing Gavan the. I just said it wrong. God damn it! I practiced this all week.
This is what you get for having a character with 57 names.
Gavan up Julius Dugal, Imperial Tempest Knight, and man adrift in time. Currently, I have apparently wandered into the village of Saren in utter befuddlement, wearing my trademark laminated green plate rail with a massive battle axe across my back, and a random dancer has shoved a tankard of unknown alcohol into my hands. I am as befuddled as you, viewer.
And it's tasty, too.
Indeed.
And last but certainly not least, Van, introduce yourself, your character, and what are you doing here?
Well, I'm Van. I do stuff over at Ventura VT. I am Rex, young boy who lives in a forest with his fairy mentor Autumn. Anybody who can see the food stalls or is anywhere near the food stalls would see a young boy wearing clothes that are frankly barely holding on and definitely not the right size. Munching on some food on a stick with the fairy pulling on his hair, yelling at him about how he needs to pay for the food. The young boy continues to walk away from the stall, not paying any attention to anyone else.
All right. And before we go on, I'm just going to pull all of your minis into a single shot real quick because I just really want to quickly shout out. So all 4 of these were done by Van. He is an absolutely awesome pixel artist, clearly. He did these, and he did the sitting animations in the intro video. So,
Thanks.
definitely an amazing guy, does a lot of cool work. Check out everybody that's a part of this. They're all really great friends. And with that, we're going to get into it. So you're all enjoying the festival, clearly. Akaikios, I'm sorry. You are patrolling.
Hi, if it's easier.
Hi, okay. I literally wrote it down as you said it before, and then I put my notepad like completely out of view, like an idiot.
As we all do.
Exactly. Akaikios, you are patrolling around the outside. Roll me 2 insight.
Question.
Answer.
So I get +1 to insight from my plate.
Okay.
If I'm rolling double insight, do I get +2 or just the +1?
I feel like it would be a +1, but fuck it, we'll say +2. Why not?
Bogey. D8. And
Your
another.
insight's better than mine.
Also, someone remind me after stream to go and put the links in the description of my YouTube for like the table we're using and everything.
Hey, Alyss, I
If
got
it's a
one question.
+2, that is a 12.
Okay. After stream, Van. After stream. I will come down there.
Right.
All right. So,
Hmm.
with that, you begin to get a feeling something's wrong. It might just be paranoia of watching over your back this last while that you've been, having a growing sense of paranoia. And almost as you have that moment of, is this my paranoia? The town bell begins to ring.
Bonk.
Anyone who is in the town. I want everyone to place themselves, by the way.
I mean, I was patrolling edge of town.
Yeah. So give a rough spot of where you all are.
I'm roughly here by one of the benches,
All right.
just kind of taking in the atmosphere, the fruits
Imagine these are-
of the Songweaver's hard labor.
Yeah, I just imagine.
That I
these
totally
brute
helped
force.
with.
Of course you did.
I am
Gonna-
completely lost.
let's see, we're gonna put one of these over here. And we're gonna put
Red.
one of these over here.
Doggy,
And we're gonna put
not a
one-
doggy.
No, not this.
I knew
like
what
the
that. I
dog
know what
doing?
that is.
I like this one.
The dog is apparently attacking.
I know
Oh,
that. I
oh.
know what the dog is. It's a dog.
So,
Why does the social took Kazaku?
what?
Sorry,
Oh.
sorry, I didn't mean to say that loud.
So,
I love
as
this.
you
Sucker Knight.
as the bell comes to a silence, you can hear the guards yelling out that there's an attack coming from all sides. And almost seemingly out of nowhere, you see soldiers in pale green armor. You see these purplish wolves that look quite unnatural. And you see this green bat-like creature with one glaring eye. So I'm going to be kind of breaking you guys into groups at the moment. And by groups, I mean Swifty and Van, you will be one group. Yoshi,
Okay.
you are one. And Iffy, you are one.
Mhm.
However,
Makes sense.
it is still going to be a group initiative roll. Yosh, you are going to be engaged with this wolf over here, so I'm going to move that closer to you. And then
Play?
you... What?
Makes sense.
Iffy, you will be engaged with the soldier down here. And then...
I'm getting engaged.
And then Swift and Van will be engaged with the bat thing and the wolf up here.
Oh.
So, with initiative, I am going to have you guys roll a group initiative as usual. So you are going to determine who is going to be the leader of the initiative roll. And then everyone else rolls to aid.
So who has the highest initiative modifier?
What is the initiative again? I can't remember.
Not me.
I have
Not me
0.
either.
I have 0 initiative. So
I have -3, so
I have -2, so
I have
yeah.
+1.
so
So,
you're
an-
the fastest.
So you win.
initiative is dexterity and insight. And you are rolling against DC 10.
Oh, Dex and Insight together. Okay.
So my dex is a D8, my insight's a D6.
Ooh, this is gonna be bad for me.
And I have a +1 modifier.
Saved by the +1.
So I'm not sure what you guys want me to do. If you guys want me to
I
do a
did
roll
not
to
succeed.
not. So wait, who we having to be the party lead rolling for it?
Thought you had a
Tried that?
+1.
Well, I'm asking, does anyone have a higher dice than
Oh.
me though?
I don't know. Not me. I probably have the lowest.
All right. If no one else wants to, I'll roll it then.
go for it.
That's a 10 total with my modifier.
All right. Now, remember, the other three of you roll the initiative still to see if he gets +1s.
Oh, okay.
Failed.
Now, the question is, which one of these is the D10 again? I can never.
It's the one
I
with
rolled
the
that
9 and the 10 on it that doesn't look like a discount D20.
Can I roll?
I get exactly a 10 because I have +1 insight,
So
-3
that puts
initiative.
Yoshi at an 11.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, I rolled the right one.
Okay, I got a 6 initiative mod 4 -2, so yeah, I got a 4.
Okay. And Van?
GL.
Yeah, I got a 7.
All right. And Yoshi got a total of 11 because of Iffy given that +1. Iffy coming in clutch. So you guys have the priority of initiative. Now, there are people running about, clearly in a panic as this attack is going on. They seem to be running towards this tavern up here. So who on your side wants to go first?
Before we start rolling dice, I just want to remind you of my magical ability to know when anyone is in crisis.
All right, sounds good. I will make sure to let you know as soon as it happens.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, so who do we want
Yeah,
to go first?
only one of them has to roll.
I was just gonna suggest whoever can take the most hits should probably jump in. which,
Yeah, I don't mind going first then.
which which I think is actually iffy.
I mean, I can definitely take a beating without
Because
retreating.
tanks are vanguards. That's the only reason I have.
Any objection then?
I have none.
All right, and then
For
just to
me, I am
differentiate,
definitely not a frontline fighter, nor am I particularly eager to leap into battle. I will fight when fighting needs to be done, but I am not aggressive. That is not our way.
You're gonna see what Rex is all about whenever he gets a chance to go.
all right. So Iffy, you may go whenever. You
All
see this
right.
wolf charging into town.
So, first, I am going to pull a embedded piece of my armor, which draws blood from within,
Hmm.
doing 2 HP to myself.
Okay.
Fun.
And then I am going to attack the Zaku Knight with my bastard sword
All right.
Saku.
for a 7, apparently.
As you bring your sword down upon this guard with a strike that you feel would have been quite devastating to most, this guard seems unfazed.
Hmm.
And in fact, they are actually going. You notice they pull their hand back, and their shadow raises to a spear in their hand, which they just lunge, like, not really lunge towards you since you're already, sword on them. But
Mhm.
they're gonna try and plunge their spear into you.
Ooh, ooh.
I heard that.
I heard nothing.
If he wants to get speared, AO.
Hey, yo.
I heard nothing.
So that is a 10 to hit you with the spear.
Tank fight, they miss.
The spear just can't get past your armor. Who is next?
I'll go next.
All right.
What is the pink thing, by the way?
That is
on
so that I can keep track of which wolf is which.
Gotcha. So are there a lot of people between me and the wolf or not?
Not a lot amount of, like, not a huge amount of people, but there are enough people that, like, the wolf isn't looking at you at the moment. It seems to be trying to get at people.
Alright, I am going to draw out the axe over my shoulder, and as I do so, I'll grab the head off of the haft to split it into spear and shield, and begin banging the spear haft against the shield, shouting at the wolf. Here, dog, come, face death! Face the growl! And then I'm going to charge it. Rawr.
All right.
Arr.
And I roll my attack, I believe, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so that will be dexterity plus might, which is 8, 10, 10. There's the 8, there's the 10. So let's see. That's 10 plus 6. That's 16 plus 3 is 19 to hit.
You said 19 to hit?
Yes.
All right. So apparently I messed these up. Give me 1 second.
Interesting. There you go. I think.
So you said how much was your hit?
19 to hit.
19 to hit. So that will hit the wolf. So how much damage are you dealing to this wolf?
15 bolt damage.
All right. So
Am I allowed to say how I do this or not?
yeah, go ahead.
So tucking his shoulder into the concave end side of the shield, he rams into the wolf to smash it back from the crowd, and then stabs forward with the spear, crackling with lightning, which arcs out in a purple arch to smash into the wolf.
All right. So you shove this wolf back just as it seems like it's about to get a grip on one of the civilians. You shove it back, you hit it with the lightning, and it lets out a cry as it gets as it gets violently zapped. It is then going. Go ahead.
And then when it's zapped back, I'm going to turn to the guy who's trying to grab and just shout, "Fly, you fool! Get to safety!"
You got it, buddy. You fucking talk weird, but you got it. And he gets up and he starts running. He's just going.
And I'm just going to turn back to the wolf and grin at it.
Well, the wolf is coming for you now with his big old grin.
Excellent.
You say that now. You might still say that. That's a 9 to hit.
Physical or magical?
Physical.
That will not penetrate.
All right. It jumps up to bite you, and you manage to catch it on your shield, and it's just gnawing at the shield viciously.
Bad dog.
All right, Swift, Van, it's between you two. Who's next?
I think-
I can.
I was gonna say I think I probably would go because then I
Okay.
can get between you guys and the monster.
Go for it.
So, Alyss, what you didn't know is there's actually 3 wolves on this field. As Rex gets on all fours and starts charging at this wolf over here, drool coming out of his mouth as he chews on the last piece of his meat kebab.
Swift, do you notice people running by, looking back like, what the fuck?
And as Rex gets really close to this wolf, he lunges at it just like a wolf would, and brings down his it's iron claws, but I'm going to say it's bone because that's cooler.
Fair,
And
fair.
brings the claw down to swipe at this wolf. Probably at its face, because its face is directly in front of him.
All right, go for it.
If it'll roll. Okay, there we go. Tower dice. Okay. And is the HR thing, does that get added onto the attack or no?
No. HR is for figuring out your damage.
Okay, so I don't think I hit.
HR is the high roll, so it's whatever the higher dice roll was.
I got a 7, so
All right. So with your 7, you're trying to bite this wolf, and it's just like it's not going for it. It's if anything, it's confused.
Especially wolf is paralyzed by confusion of being bit by human.
yeah. And I'm just gonna say that Rex in the middle of the lunge does like a quick spin and slides across the ground, so he ends up next to the wolf instead of in front of it.
And as you do that, the wolf hungrily tries to chomp back at you, clearly sensing a threat to itself. Ooh, that is a crit, actually.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Because that is a 15 to hit, but it's dual 6s.
Yeah. I love that I'm the first person to get hit. It's a crit.
So it jumps at you, and it gets a solid bite out of your back half. you will be suffering the slowed condition. So your dex is going to be one size lower,
That's gonna be rough.
Mm-hmm.
and you are taking 16 points of darkness damage as the wound it leaves on your calf is just, it has black smoke coming off of it.
The doggos of darkness.
The
Swifty.
doggo of darkness.
You're up.
Okay. Well, I'm obviously confused at the transformation that has just taken place, but I saw this human slash wolf slash whatever charge in and get hit bad by one of the enemies. I rush over to be at least kind of still hanging back, but within line of sight, so
Mhm.
where I can have a good view of it.
Okay.
And everyone, all the enemies start hearing everyone really within range starts hearing a rather haunting melody come from roughly my position as I wield my staff and begin singing a haunting tone in the key of frost, affecting the enemies near us with
Okay.
weakness and making them lose resistance to ice.
All right. The wolf seemingly having some issues lifting itself, still maintaining position, like its pounce ready position, but clearly struggling a bit. The bat like creature, it's flapping its wings a little bit harder to try and stay afloat. Is that all it does? Is remove any resistance ice and cause weakness?
Yes, and until my next turn, allies will deal 1 extra damage.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. With that, the hex eye glares at you, Alyss or Ellie,
Okay.
and you notice its eye flash this dark black pulse. And that is going to be okay. Same 2 dice I've been rolling this entire time. A low variety of enemies. That is an 11 against your magic DC.
My magic defense is D10 plus 2.
So it'd be 12.
Yes.
All right. As this pulse happens, you feel yourself starting to get, lost in this darkness, and you snap out of it as you overcome this whatever's going on. And as you snap to, you can see the Hexeye is clearly confused. And with that, it is top of the order. So you are all free to choose who will go.
Question though.
Answer.
It's about the fight. What's the eye thing? Did that just cast a spell?
Yes.
Okay, now I know that spell.
That's the Chimeras thing, right?
Yeah. If I see a monster doing a spell, I can copy it immediately.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Okay, Mega Man.
fucking wonderful.
Yeah, I copied that on my character sheet word for word because I didn't feel like typing it.
That is fucking wonderful.
I can only hold, I think, 2 spells right now. So,
So that's one of them.
yeah.
All right. So you, I'll send you the details of it later. But you have learned a 10 MP spell called Doom Gaze that makes a target suffer from dazed and weak.
Nice. I just learned a One Piece thing.
All right. So with that,
Alyss has a question. Now
All
that
right.
we are back at the top of order,
I'm listening.
I realized after the fact, and I don't know if you saw the DM. I actually should have made 2 attacks last round.
Oh.
Is it okay if I make the second attack this round?
Yeah, no, go ahead. You can even go ahead and make that second attack now. Real quick.
Okay. Whoop. So this is from last round.
Yes.
Bleh.
Your dice landed over
It
here.
does not hit.
All right. Well, I'll...
Gaggle of misses.
remember
It
there
truly
are spare
is.
dice over here by the blahage if you want to. And yes, the table is
Big
coated in
blahage.
blahage, as it should be. All right, so who will be taking the top of the order? Iffy again?
If nobody objects.
If I can,
I know.
what gave you the second attack? I'm just curious.
Shadow Strike.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I was rereading it. It gives you a free attack in addition to extra
Yep.
damage.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering what you were doing, so I just.
I will be going last this round to maximize
And a
the
3.
effect of the thing.
I mean, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I
if-
just rolled and
I
missed,
say,
so
if he
Oh.
just rolled, which it is going to return attack. As it's attacking you, by the way, Iffy, it just seems to be making grumbling noise that's like a low growl. So that is a 7 to hit.
Nope. Tank fight, tank fight.
Ting. All right, who is next? It's going to be between Yoshi and Van.
Ben, do you care about go?
Mind, I just realized I used the wrong stats to roll for my accuracy last round. It's Dex and Might, not Dex and Insight. I might have
Oh, I'll
actually
go,
hit.
or just-
No, you can go. I was just
Okay.
reacting to how stupid I was.
All right. This thing has enough playing chew toy. It's getting get beat now. We can do a transform attack. That would be a wow. That was a bad roll.
Oh,
That's 5 total.
all right. As you attempt to... What was the attack again?
Sorry, no. That was a 7. Sorry, 7. 7. I have a +3. Sorry, that was a 7.
So as you attempt to pierce this wolf with your spear, it seems to know that this attack is coming, considering it's clinging to your shield, and instinctively bounces off, causing you to miss it. It then lunges forward to you.
No honor, beast.
That is a 9 to hit. The answer is no.
The answer is whack. Take the shield to the face.
Yoshi just holding this dog down with his shield.
Bad dog, no biscuit.
I'm holding this wolf down with my meat.
Van,
Oh, whoa.
look, we aren't
It's
gonna
eating.
talk about what Van said. We're just gonna move on. I don't want to know about Van holding things down with his meat.
Okay, that was a horrible roll, so no, I did not hit anything.
All right.
Meatless behavior.
Let's see if this dog can take more of your calf with it. As it continues trying to eat you back. That is a 16. At least it's not a crit.
Yeah, no, that definitely will
You
hit.
are gonna take 17 points of dark damage, though.
Well, I think I might die in this round.
Swifty,
And our first death.
Swifty, you are up. This weird wolf child is currently not doing well, and the fairy with them looks very panicked.
Is Wolfchild in crisis?
Wolf child, I believe, would be in crisis.
By the way, you still have Iffy's character she's showing.
Oh, thank you. Well, now we're moving on to Swift, so.
Okay.
That is really cool he did it with the overlay, by the way. I love it.
What?
Yeah.
I love he did it with the overlay. I'm sorry. I just have to say that.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. So Hmm. Obviously, a little disappointed that this wolf is still around. I'm going to firmly grasp my baton and
Uh-huh.
do a ranged blast toward it.
Fucking hell. Go for it. I'm just, Van's holding things down with his meat. Swift is grasping her baton. Oh, fucking hell.
Lost the music slime.
Yep, music slime.
That
Yeah, I was about
prick.
to say.
This is like when Dusty used to go on unannounced vacations.
Okay, so to hit is Dex and Insight +2. Wow, I roll a 9.
9 total?
Yeah.
And that's all. That's against normal.
9 plus 2, so 11.
All right, you actually do hit the wolf as you
Nice.
blast into it. What is your damage?
I roll +5, so that would be 13 damage.
All right.
Alyss, did you make Dusty say that in the chat? I need to know.
No, Dusty said that himself. What are you talking about? You saying Dusty's not a person? How dare you?
I didn't know it was able to respond on its own.
How dare you? All right. Now the Hexai is up. And it glares at you again, Swifty, but this time instead of it just seemingly compelling you, the pulse of darkness turns into a bolt.
Ooh.
And Van, this is not a spell.
I wasn't going to learn it anyway.
I just wanted to preempt. That is a 5 to hit, which I am going to assume goes very wide.
Yeah, no, not even if that was a physical thing, that was not gonna hit.
I'm pretty sure
Alright.
that the dice just don't like me tonight.
It's possible. We're back up to the top of the order. Are we sticking with Iffy first?
Works for me. Is anybody other than Van in crisis,
No.
including enemies?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately not.
In that case, I am going to pull another piece of my embedded armor to draw blood, doing how much damage to myself? 4 damage to myself.
Mm-hmm.
To make a free attack. Where's my other D10? For an 8, which probably doesn't hit.
You would be correct. This is the
And then
weirdest
my
tank
not-
fight, because it's not even like y'all are just rolling high. It's literally you just can't hit each other.
And then my not free attack, my regular attack, that is to say,
It's willful
For an
bludgeoning.
11.
That will hit.
Yay!
You finally swing hard enough to get him to buckle underneath the blade. What is your damage?
8 plus 14 physical.
Fucking hell.
Excuse me, what?
Damn near knocked this man into crisis on your own in one hit.
How the hell is that plus 14?
Power.
Double-handed weapon.
If he's swinging back at you.
Okay.
And by
I'm ready.
swinging, I mean stabbing because he has a spear.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to miss because that's a 5, or that's a 4.
Mhm.
So he can't get this spear of darkness past your armor.
Mhm.
Who is next?
Should we just keep the same order?
All right.
Is that okay with you, Ben?
Sure.
Swifty?
Yep.
Okay. I'm still dancing with wolves.
Oh, God, I keep looking back to the Liveplay channel. It's what's up with the music slime, and I just keep seeing the GIF I sent earlier.
All right. Whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole. That will be a 9 total.
That will not hit the very fast wolf. As it seems to continue evading your attacks.
Doggo moving at incredibly high speed.
Yeah, and now the doggo's coming for the jugular.
Ooh.
And it's gonna fucking get it with a 16. Yosh?
Yeah, that will hit.
You are going to take 17 points of darkness damage as it gets a
17?
solid bite into your shoulder, even with your armor, and you see this like dark smoke coming from it.
Gotcha. 16 points of damage taken.
17.
16.
17.
I have DR.
Oh, fair enough. And with that, if we're keeping the same order, it is on to Van and Rex.
See if I can actually do anything this turn.
That depends on if my goddamn... I don't know why Van's code doesn't want to work. Everyone else's does.
This is only a 6, but I have a skill, so if I roll doubles, it automatically hits.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait, what are you doing?
I roll doubles, and because I have frenzy and I'm using a brawling weapon, doubles hit, unless it's a 1.
Oh, amazing. Does it count as
means
a crit or just hit?
It's just a hit, which means I only do 9 damage, but
Hey, you know what? You still hit.
I finally hit something.
And how much damage are you doing to this one?
Just 9.
Just 9?
Just
Yeah.
9.
That's fine. I mean, it's, you know what? It's 5 damage it didn't have on it before. It's still not in crisis, though.
Not yet.
/ cry. Sis.
I'm just glad frenzy came in handy.
It is going to come back for you, though. This
Yeah,
time it's moving to bite you in the shoulder.
let's see how well they roll.
That is a 12 to hit.
Just 1 above my defense.
So you are going to take 16 points of darkness damage.
Really, I'm just gonna die this round.
Oh shit, you are so close,
TPK.
too.
Yeah,
What the fuck
'cause
you
I've
mean
got-
TPK? Don't cheer for that. This is section 1.
I have been hit every turn.
Alyss,
I think I'm the
have a
only
rules
one who's
question.
been hit every
Okay,
turn.
what's up, Iffy?
So the specific wording on my thing is when a target takes damage while in crisis, does that include the damage that puts it in crisis?
What's the ability?
Beyond the Realms of Death. Necromancer PDF, page 3.
Oh, fuck, that's... Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta go onto my Google Drive now.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm glad you asked this. Because it all depends specifically on the wording. That's the wrong one. I need this one.
Says when a creature you can see loses hit points while in crisis.
So I would say that does not include what puts them in crisis.
Okay. In that case, I have the one from just now, but not the one from before.
Okay. Sounds good. So let's see. Van just went, so now we're up to Swift, and now my hotkeys should work. PM.
Okay.
Hotkeys.
Swift, the wolf child is not looking good at all.
No, it is not. So anyway, I kept blasting.
This is where we learn the party doesn't have a healer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We kind of do, in a really vague sense.
It's a good thing the inventory point system exists.
Mm-hmm. Cough, cough, hint, hint.
Well, me give hints? Never.
Okay, that looks like an 11 to hit.
An 11 to hit on the wolf.
Yeah.
That will hit.
All right, 10 damage.
All right, the wolf is officially in crisis.
Let's go.
Woo, baby!
All right, back to the top of the order. Iffy.
Mhm.
Your move.
All right. I'm going to see what I can do with just my regular attack first.
Okay.
Nothing. So I'm going to do... Boop, bada, boop, bop, boop, bop, boo. Oh, God. 9 damage to myself.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
What?
you reach over, you're like, oh, this shard shouldn't be that bad, and you pull it out, and it's like 5 inches into your skin, and it's like, oh,
Oh, this is going to hurt him so bad, though.
oh no,
15 to hit.
that nails him.
For a total of 10 plus 14 is 24 plus 10 34 dark damage ignoring resistance.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Crises don't even begin to describe what this man feeling. That said, all you're still getting. But you damn near cleaved this man in half.
Mhm.
He is he's not doing well.
Good. Fuck him.
No, just kill him. Please stop at
Kill
that.
him, please.
Stop at
Yeah.
that. It's his turn to hopefully retaliate.
Mhm.
And he's gonna fail at that with a 6.
Oof. Oofus.
Oofus indeed. With that, it is Yoshi's turn, I believe.
Dumb question. How many actions do we get a turn? I forget.
1.
Okay. Cool, so I haven't been fucking it up.
Yep, you get 1 action. There are some things that let you do a multi-attack. There are some things that are just a free action. But so Yosh, what would you like to do?
All right. So I'm going to lean back into this damn wolf after getting knocked back a bit last turn.
Mm-hmm.
Slam the shield on top of the haft and start spinning this damn thing like a top of my head like a fucking Fire Emblem character.
Oh, did we swap over?
Here's some creature. You face to go. You face death. We shall that.
God, are we about to have another like great speech Nat 1 moment?
That'll be a 15 to hit.
No, we have the opposite. Go ahead and how much damage do you do to this wolf?
That'll be 21 bolt damage. And by the way, I rolled double 7.
Oh, that's a crit. You also get to do an opportunity.
What may I do with the opportunity?
You should have a sheet that says opportunities over at your spot. If not, let me know. I'll make you another one.
Let me go read that quickly. That's my fabric.
I will say faux pas is not usable here. Faux pas, anything that involves them talking basically is useless here.
By the way, question, with the 21, does that thing become in crisis or no?
Oh yeah, it's very in crisis. Not very in crisis. It's in crisis though.
Dum.
I will take advantage and pass it on to Van.
Oh,
The best thing this turn.
Hell yeah.
I'm saying that that works by my stupid speech shouting loud enough to be heard across the town.
all right, Rikishi. You hear someone shouting, and you feel inspired. Whoever this loud person is, you feel a bit inspired. However, Yoshi, this wolf is still coming for the jugular as covered in shock wounds as it is. That is a 16 to hit.
Wolf,
What?
so bring it.
All right, that's 18 points of dark damage.
17 damage.
And I will say, for context, for when y'all are not the only ones fighting, there are a couple of adventurers, as well as Celia is also fighting. It's just yours are the only fights we care about.
It's true.
The sound of battle is heard throughout the entire village. And now that the wolf has taken a little bit of Gavon,
Monica.
it's time for Van.
Okay. Well,
With advantage.
It's true. You got a +4, which is terrible because that tempts you not to use fucking potion.
no, I'm actually gonna just spend some inventory points. I guess I can use as a remedy, right? To heal. It says 50.
Potion, yeah, you would heal 50. Remedy cures you of stat ailments.
Oh, well, the book just says remedy.
That's interesting.
Remedy and tonic. But I'll take that because that'll put me back up to my max.
All right.
And
The
just
wolf-
for context, we'll say that the fairy grabbed the potion and threw it at me.
Just throw it and just no dying, damn it. And as Rek looks a little bit confused, suddenly coated in this like reddish liquid that starts to heal him, the wolf makes a dash for Swift.
Oh.
I mean,
Well,
you
I just
kind of
went
have been
full health.
kicking the shit out of him, so.
Yeah,
True.
true.
I've hit once.
So with that is a 12 to hit, Swift.
Yeah, that hits.
So you'll be taking 15 points of darkness damage as it manages to get a little bit of your arm, the forearm specifically, and you notice
no.
this dark smoke coming off of your hand or your arm. It is your move.
Hmm.
A lot of inventory points.
I don't know where my inventory points are.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you would have. By the way, Van, what did I say you're suffering from? Weak?
Weakness. Yeah. That's why I haven't been able to hit anything.
This one. Yes. There you go. Have that.
Okay. I am going to back the fuck up
Mm-hmm.
and start singing again quietly. Just a ballad of haunting melody between myself and the wolf, causing it to suffer weakness, lose resistance to ice damage,
Mm-hmm.
and until my next turn, allies may deal 1 extra damage to it. I will then. What's that? Spend 10 MP and begin dancing to upgrade the dance of the Northern Satyr. That creature, the wolf, is already weak. It immediately suffers dazed.
All right.
Dazed and confused.
Question is, which is
That
my
is
dazed icon? I think it's this one.
instantaneous.
Yes.
Into the weakened token, I'm in the fetal position.
All right. So you've made this wolf dazed and weakened,
Yes.
and the hex eye behind it fires off another one of those bolts of shadow.
Ah.
Gonna hit something at
That
some point.
is a 9 to hit your defense.
Defense or magic defense?
Defense.
It ties.
All right, so you will take 12 points of dark damage as this bolt collides into you. Doesn't
I'm in
do
crisis.
a lot, but oh god. All right. I think that's
2 people have gone to crisis today.
yeah.
I think
And-
you jinxed me, Alice, because you said you were going to do a lot of damage before the stream.
Look, I can't help it, man. Iffy. Top of the order.
Yes. How do you want to handle the thing I DM'd you about?
So, we're just gonna keep it going. Just go back to just having it be the one action. That's fine.
Okay.
There was a misread, everybody. Sorry. It happens. We're all fairly new to the system.
I stab at the 5th, and I miss at the dice tower. Does not speak well for my hitting of the target. And do 3 damage to myself. Where's my other D10? There it is. Then into the tower you go. That's a 12 to hit.
And you are fighting one of those guys that will hit him.
Or 7 plus 14 is 21 plus, what did I do? 3 damage to myself?
Yeah.
21, 2, 23, 24, 25 damage. Dark ignores resistance.
Pulling back your sword, you bring it down once more with this pure force and dark energy, and you just cleave through this armored person. And do me a favor, roll me an insight while you do. Just
An
dual insight. Yep.
Where's
Like
my...
D&D.
Oh my god. Come on. 2d8s. Tap, 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 tap. That's a 12 with my plus.
All right. as you cleave into them and the armor just kind of crumples aside from your sword, you notice a few things about this person. First off, you can see splotches of red, like, skin coloring. And not like, slightly pinkish, like full on dark red splotches. And you notice that their blood is a mixture of the standard red you would expect, but also like this like gradient of black running through it. Very unnatural.
That is unnatural. I don't like it. Not at all.
Anyway, well, you've killed that one, so the wolf is gonna just go to attack Gavon.
Wait, I don't. Do I get to
Am
knock
I able to
over?
move after attacking?
Yeah, I mean, moving doesn't technically exist, so it's fine. And
Okay,
Yosh, it's
well.
because it goes to the enemy's turns.
Gotcha. Okay.
Anyway, so all right. So
I just moved
Iffy,
up so I can see everything.
as you get to there, you notice people funneling into the tavern as fast as they can. You notice a large gentleman with a giant. You have it as the axe now, right, Yoshi?
Yeah, it's in the axe form.
Yeah. So you notice a man with a giant axe currently fighting a wolf. Doesn't look like he's in too bad of shape. And off in the distance, you can kind of see someone else fighting a wolf. Though a little bit harder to see her from sheer distance. And the people that are still funneling in.
Panicking.
You notice a couple of adventurers fighting up in this top left corner. You notice Celia fighting in this bottom right corner. You have a fairly good scope of the field, so you'll be able to move wherever you think necessary. However, time for the wolf to bite Yoshi.
As all my cards is my
Transition.
HP is 838.
What'd you say, Yosh?
I love how the character card says my health is HP 838.
That's amazing.
I was going to say something about it earlier, but
say that.
your MP is also 76.
This is the
Yeah, I
only
know.
one that's messed up, apparently. I gotta look at that and figure out why that's messed up. Anyway, Yosh, this wolf kind of springs suddenly at you, and it's definitely not gonna get a bite of you with a total of 6 as you just shove it aside. Your
Can I,
move.
like, catch its bite on my half of the axe and then just spin it around for laughs?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll do that and then continue that into the attack by spinning the axe head into it.
Go for it. I love it.
Can I just hit something for fun?
You know, I would love to see it.
Oh, god damn it. That would be amazing with those 7s again. So that would be a 13 to hit.
That will hit the wolf.
Okay, so that
Oh.
will be 21 damage again.
As you swing the axe into the wolf, it very quickly stops moving.
Okay, let me ask a question about using Fabula points.
Okay.
So one of the Fabula points is I can interject an item into the story.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to interject an action for myself?
No.
Alright, had to ask.
No, but it's a fair question. Yosh, do you want to roll that insight for me real quick?
Insight is what's one of insight value? Active find my insight value. Sorry, give me a second.
No problem. Iffy, do you want me to make it so that all your Fabula points come up purple?
No, I need 2 different counters.
Oh, okay.
That'll be a 3 total.
I need one for grave points as well. That's what the purple ones are.
Okay. Yosh, with your 3, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
All right. So if you notice, the man with the giant axe solves his wolf problem.
Mhm.
And with that, are we actually, with that, it's down to them. So the wolf is gonna keep trying to go for, the wolf's gonna keep trying to go for Swifty.
Ah, shit. It is dazed.
Yes, it is. So I actually should not be rolling 2d8.
It also weakened.
And weakened, yeah.
Dazed and confused.
Dazed and confused.
This is me forgetting which stat dazed mess with. Okay.
Insight.
I was looking at Van's sheet.
Yeah.
So Swifty, we have a 10 to hit.
Fuck. That hit. That's
You are going to take 14 points of dark damage as it manages to get a fairly shallow bite.
so yeah, I'm dead.
Oh, you're at 0 hit points?
Yeah.
All right.
You can
So
surrender.
because this is the first session, I'm not allowing anyone to sacrifice, obviously.
Okay.
So you will be surrendering.
Okay.
So you will get to choose what happens from that surrender.
Okay.
Oh, you
Two,
do get two. You do get 2 Fabula points also, though.
yeah.
Oh, this means I'm screwed because now I'm the only one over here.
Don't worry, I got you, Boo. I have accumulated enough grave points to do something silly.
So you gain 2 Fabula points, and you can basically you have to choose some kind of consequence for it.
Okay.
Um, eh. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to choose one.
Yeah.
We'll say that for right now, as you get knocked out by this wolf, getting that shallow bite, your weapon kind of tumbles away, but as you've lost consciousness, you don't see where.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
All right, with that, we are back. Or no, the Hex Eye still has to go. And the only target it's got right now, Breck, is coming for you.
Don't get wrecked, Lamau.
Yeah, I kind of expect to get hit.
So it turns to you and it glares, and that purple or that dark pulsing black ring appears in its eye as it is casting doom gaze on you.
I know that
Which
one.
means anyone with a blahage is at disadvantage.
What?
So that is a 10 against your magic defense.
But my magic defense isn't that great, so it's gonna hit.
All right, so you are already weakened, so I'm not worried about that, but you're also dazed now.
Fine, I don't need insight.
Insights for weakling. There's another reason that sucks, but we'll figure that out at the top of the next round.
I didn't even go this round.
Oh shit, you right. Go ahead.
So
Wait, did I even go this
Technically,
round?
you no, you were taken out before your turn.
Ah.
I forgot Van didn't go yet, so ignore the dazed for this turn.
okay, I'm gonna go after this wolf because I just saw it take somebody out. And I'm pissed that it bit me 3 times. So we'll see if I can actually hit anything.
Remember, you have a +4 this run.
+4?
Yep.
That's still only a 9. I rolled the exact same roll as last round.
You
I'm gonna
attempt.
change these dice out.
Go
'cause
ahead,
these
go
dice-
ahead. There's plenty over here. Feel free to take some. You attempt this bite, and unfortunately, you made a little bit too much noise as you charged at this wolf, and it jumped out of the way to behind you. And as as it does that, you turn to face it, and that's when you get caught in the sight of that hex eye.
Yeah,
N-
I'm never using those 2 dice again because I just rolled another dice and I got like a 13. So I'm never using these 2 dice again. They can go somewhere.
All right. So if we're keeping the same order, Iffy, you watched someone drop, and then you watched a child run like a wolf to try and bite an actual wolf.
All right,
I'm
Alyss.
gonna keep
we're-
calling you
I'm-
a child. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was the title I gave him, was Feral Child.
Fair.
Do I see this also, by the way, or not?
Yeah, you see it.
What strange man.
I require extrapolation from the DM.
Okay.
I'm about to cast a spell that targets every enemy I can see. Does that include ones that are not part of our fight?
Fuck it. I don't care. Sure.
Cool.
I have a feeling I'm gonna
We'll see why
regret
this
saying
matters
that,
later.
but
Fair view is mostly unobstructed.
this is one of those.
Well,
I'm sure I'll
damn.
regret this later, but
Oh, according to the tabletop sim, that's a 10.
yeah.
So anyone whose magic defense is less than 10,
Does that include me?
enemies
Okay, I was about to say, I'm about to die if you do that.
Okay.
takes 22 damage, and for every enemy damaged in that way, I heal for 11.
Holy shit.
You just healed 22.
Okay, so first off, you deal
23.
22 damage to all of them, right?
Every enemy I can see, yes.
Okay, Wolf's dead.
I'm gonna say this
Uh,
now.
We're just
because
gonna
Rex-
say heal to full,
Okay.
because quite
Whee!
frankly, there are way more enemies than you have taken damage. And quite a few wolves, quite a few of those guards.
For people who are keeping track, that was the necromancer ability Rondo of Despair applied to Drain Vigor.
Ooh.
That is amazing.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna say this now because Rex
That's why I
didn't see
said our
it.
party kind of has a healer.
Has a self healer.
Yeah.
A
Heal tank,
self-healer.
heal tank, heal
Hey.
tank. So what does this
First
spell
paladin,
look
let's go.
like?
Hmm. I'm imagining I run out into the middle of the town square, thrust my sword into the air, and just wisps of smoke are drained off of enemies as if their life essence is leached into me.
All right. As that happens, a number of people look absolutely terrified, understandably.
There's a reason I am on the run.
A large number of people look terrified. Specifically, I will say, a number of them look very thankful because a number of the adventurers looked like they were very much struggling.
Not as much as I was.
Yeah. Specifically,
We're all in this
Rek,
together.
you watch the wolf in front of you just get drained of smoke.
Like I was saying, because Rex didn't see who did it, he thinks he did it.
That's amazing.
Good job, Rex. Proud of you, bud.
Well, there's one enemy left, so it gets its turn. And it's just gonna Shadow Bolt. Or, I'm sorry, it's gonna Chaos Glare at Rex, because it's the only person he can see.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
So, Rex, that is an 11 to hit your normal defense.
Which is a tie, so.
Yep,
yeah.
and this is where that dazed becomes a problem. So first off, you're going to take 13 points of dark damage.
Okay.
Yay, more grave points.
And you get confused, so you don't get an action next turn.
Fun.
Yeah. So
My actions didn't do anything anyway. So.
yep. So basically at this point, Yoshi, it's your turn. And I will say
who's acted so far this round? Just
it-
Iffy?
Yeah, but it's at this point, Van has no action. Swift is down, so it's just you.
I'm knocked the fuck out. So yeah, you
You see someone who is just laid the fuck out.
How's the Hexlight looking? Good or bad?
It's looking okay. It's had worse days. Yeah, it's not even in crisis yet.
Rip.
For the next turn, apparently. Maybe even this turn.
Uh,
Uh,
that really won't help. So, all right, yes, I was gonna charge that damn thing.
okay.
Like try to smash the axe into its damn head.
All right. It is flying, by the way, so
How high up is it?
probably about 15 feet.
Can I still hit it?
Not unless you got a ranged weapon. Oh shit, does nobody in the group have a ranged weapon?
Oh shit. I mean, I technically do, but I don't know where it is. I'm also kind of not conscious.
Well, so as I run over to it, then I'm going to retransform the weapon again,
Okay.
and we're gonna play throw the returning spear
All right.
and pray I can actually throw.
Still love that you're using the Rick Astley dice.
Maybe I should be using the Rick Astley dice.
So I will run up to this towards this thing, and with a heave ho and a shout of the goal and forward the empire, hurl the spear at this thing's eye with a 10.
With a 10, your spear connects. Glancing off of it, how much damage do you deal?
What was the high roll there? I didn't check. That would be 9 points of bolt damage.
Just 9?
Yeah, just 9.
All right. So as this lightning arcs off of the spear, hitting this creature, it reacts very, very violently, as if really affected by that. And kind of in a bit of a panic now, as it enters crisis.
Yay!
Yay.
Back to the top of the order.
Alrighty. Alrighty, Boodle.
Is Van no longer confused?
Yeah, Van gets an action again.
Huh.
Don't have any
If you can trust
damaging
me.
range attacks.
Huh?
You trust me?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Is this thing still in the air flying?
It has
Man, do you have anything
determined
that
y'all are a threat.
Van, do you have anything in the air?
I can't do any damage to it in the air.
Crap. Okay, there goes that plan. Never
I
mind.
could do something to it in the air, but it's not attack. It's not damage.
Is there something that can bring it down to us?
The only thing I can do is make it worse at mostly everything.
Kind of helpful, but not excessively.
No, it's all I can do because it's flying. Unless somebody throws me.
Question.
Answer.
What would it take to throw him?
Might dexterity.
I'm small.
Throw the
Does
wolf
that help?
child.
Throw the yeet the child.
Now, I will say this: if you are going through with this plan, I need Iffy to go first because of how action economy works.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Alright, assuming I cannot jump 15 feet in the air.
You cannot.
Then I will just use a regular Drain Vigor without all of the extra schmoof.
Okay.
That is. It's not telling me what the total is. I guess 9 against magic defense.
All right, you will get through it with magic defense.
It takes 20 dark damage, ignoring resistance.
So, real quick, Gavin and Rex, y'all look at each other, and there's this weird, like, understanding of things about to happen. So, Gavin, you reach down, you grab him in the most comfortable way you could think to throw him, which is basically one on the wrist, one on the ankle. You get ready to spin.
This is going to be this. Come, strange child. We must get you to glory.
Doing the Hulk Wolverine fastball special.
Oh god, that's even better.
Instead.
So you...
So I'd like grab him and push him into a ball in my hand, and then lie like a fucking pitcher and pitch him.
So you get ready to do that. You cock your arm back with this wolf child in your hand, and you notice smoke come off of this thing, and it just drops to the floor dead.
I mean, I'm still gonna go for it.
So,
you can do it.
So that'll be.
All right, you've thrown the wolf child at the falling Hexai that is clearly dead. If it's not clear, you killed it.
Yeah, I'm still gonna let Rek have credit if he hits this.
Rek, go ahead and roll me an attack.
Okay. Let's see if my dice don't fail me this time. Okay, they failed. Well, it's a double, so
Those are pretty nice,
ones or
though.
fumbles route, right? It's just
Yeah.
Is it just ones?
Just double ones or fumble.
Okay, I did find out that it is counted as a critical success as long as it's not a 1.
Okay. So describe for me what happens as you catch this bat in the air.
So what happens is Rek catches this bat with both of his hands around the eyeball, and then he opens his mouth really wide, bites into the eyeball, and then rips the eyeball out of the socket.
Oh, that is amazing.
That's horrifying.
And then starts eating the
It's
eyeball.
like, what if this is our child?
And yes, he is eating the eyeball.
Oh my god.
It does not taste good at all.
It's fine. He's had worse.
I don't know that that's true. I don't want to go into detail on the explanation because we're live and that would just be rude to the audience. But it is one of the most disgusting things you've ever eaten, I would say. You are free to keep eating it, though. I'm not going to stop you.
I mean, Rex doesn't waste food.
Oh my god.
I love this. So,
I mean, at this point, even the fairy's disgusted.
with that in mind, you guys have defeated this, and Anya from the tavern yells, "Grab that one and get over here!" And as she points at the unconscious Ellie.
I will scoop and run.
All right.
I am following.
Rex will rip off one of the wings and carry it with him.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Barbecue weevil wings.
Looks like meat's on the menu.
As
Back on the menu, boys.
Rex, as you run past Anya, she just goes, "A strange boy."
Rex doesn't even notice because he's too busy eating.
And the sounds of battle from the outside get muffled as she slams the door shut
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Right now, everybody's in here. We need to protect them." Can I count on you three? And she will pull out a potion and kind of hand it to Gavin, since you are holding Ellie. Possibly 4 if that one wakes up.
I will massage Ellie's throat and slip the potion down her mouth.
All right. Ellie, you awake. Last thing you remember, a wolf pouncing at you, and now you are being fed a potion by a large man.
Where am I?
You're in the inn in this village.
What?
A
What
wolf
hap-
tried to use you as a chew toy.
Back amongst the living now.
Rick, with half an eyeball in his mouth, just gives a thumbs up.
I would like to add the eyeballs probably the size of Rack's head.
He eats a lot.
It's definitely big enough where like Rex's mouth is still like agape, like as wide as he can get it, with this eye kind of like peering out of it.
So this is like Luffy eating.
Yes,
mouth bit.
basically.
Yes.
This strange child helped me rescue you.
Well, I can't say I'm not grateful. But who are you?
I am Gavan Ap Julius Dugal, commander of the Imperial Tempest Knights.
I hear
None of you
dice.
know what the fuck that is. No,
No.
that was my
No.
dubby.
Where's my dubby?
Right here, come get it.
I could
Order.
get some at tubby.com/Allison.2.
No, it's
No.
w.gg. It's w.gg, and you have to use code AllisonDusty at checkout for 10% off.
Oh.
I should have made a
Still got
special
you to
code
say
for
the plug.
Nick. It's true. Anyway,
Clearly,
Yeah.
next game we all need to be drinking your dubby.
hell yeah, I'd
Mhm.
support it. So you are all in this inn talking. None of you have ever heard of these Tempest Knights that Gavin is talking about.
Why not?
Rex, even the fairy whose name escapes me, she doesn't even know who these knights are. And she seems to know a lot.
She does
I-
know a lot.
That's no Lorian order I've heard of.
What is a Lorian order?
What he said.
Mm. You can't. Have none of you been in the Holy Empire? It's only. It's only the greatest power of the West, the shining beacon of the West.
Gavan's just looking at you like you have 3 heads for the record.
Also confused. just
Western
blank
powers
stare.
of little interest to my people.
Is it tasty?
This discussion goes on for a little bit as you're all waiting and ready for anything to happen. And the sound of
I might
combat.
have to take a moment just to drink a potion.
Yeah, by all means.
Am I
I
still
spend the inventory
dazed and
points for that,
weakened?
correct?
What'd you say, Yosh?
I spend the inventory points for that, right?
Yes.
And it's 2 for a healing potion, right?
I thought it was 3.
It's 3.
Thank you. Alright, cool.
Am I still weakened and dazed?
At this point, no. You all are able to get a bit of a rest.
Okay, cool. I'm no longer in the fetal position.
Okay.
But the sound of combat dies out entirely. And as the door is kind of slowly opened, you notice the blonde-haired Celia, the saint of the Twin Fang, step in, coated in this red and black blood. And she looks around in a bit of a panic before noticing Anya helping an older gentleman. And she sighs with relief. You also notice that in her hand, she is holding a piece of heraldry. This is a piece of heraldry that is half of the Kennex heraldry, which you can see on the map over here. The white flag with the double green cross and the red dragon. And the other half, which is a purple single cross and what appears to be half of a bird on it. I will say iffy for Akaikios and for Ellie. You both are welcome to roll in I believe it would be an insight willpower to see if you recognize anything about this heraldry.
Okay.
HOTDOTS. I rolled a
Meanwhile,
9.
So
Autumn
that's
is trying to
nine.
explain what a heraldry is.
Insight plus willpower. Where the hell is my D8? Why are those dice becoming an eldritch abomination?
It's like my dice.
And for context, this is a small heraldry-like badge. So this is just something someone would wear on like their lapel as a commanding officer or something.
See, insight plus willpower. I have rolled a 9.
So you both rolled 9s?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you only really know that it's clearly a noble house within Kennex because of the heraldry on the left side. You're not sure about the heraldry on the right side. Might be a little bit hard to tell just because half of it is a bird. And it's not the side of the bird that you'd be able to see. And
all I know about bird is that it is the word.
before we have a small break for everyone to go get more water if they'd like, we're going to have an external scene.
Ooh.
As we step away momentarily, a scene not 2 weeks old. In Kennex, south of the Kingdom Andel, where civil war has raged the last 3 years. There's a younger man with short black hair and old beaten armor and a dull sword in his hand. He kneels surrounded by a field of death. A single tear rolls down his cheek solemnly as he simply says, "Kristen, when did they get you?" The sound of footsteps on sand heard behind him. War. It'll claim any who step foot. Surrender while you can. It'll raise your odds of survival. A gentleman with short red hair and a quite bushy beard behind him. The armor, well kept and softly green. The heraldry on his lapel, same as worn by these soldiers, proudly on display. And by the house of Saris, you'll either surrender or perish, as he levels his sword forward. The young man, clearly distraught, grips the handle of his blade and turns, attacking with a yell as the scene fades to black. And you all gain 1 Fabula point.
Ooh.
All my points are fabulous.
That's because you are absolutely fabulous.
Hey.
So, we are going to take a momentary break. If anyone in the chat has things they want to talk about or say, feel free. If anyone in the voice call wants to go grab water, go grab a snack, go use a bathroom, what have you,
I definitely need
Let's
to.
all go to the lobby.
No.
let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the
Let's all go to the
lobby.
lobby.
Okay,
Yeah,
serious
so-
thing for a sec, Alice. It looks like Jade says I'm a little soft.
Yep, I turned you up as soon as they said that.
Cool. Making sure.
Sorry, I couldn't resist that Swifty.
So I hope everybody in chat is enjoying so far. As I said, we are all fairly new to the system. This is technically
I can't read.
this is technically my third session of Fabula Ultima. I have run the press start guide twice. And was supposed to do a session 0 last week, but we all got very distracted watching stuff. So
Let me grab some water. I'll be back.
yeah, sounds good. For those who had given some follows before and during stream, thank you so much. We had, let's see, Pyrotoxins, thank you for the follow. Vi Neri, thank you so much for the follow, greatly appreciated. How y'all feeling so far after your first session with your characters? For those who are still here,
I can't read.
neither can I. But I can't read. I think it's just you and me, Effie.
Oh no, not again.
What do you mean? What do you mean not again? Are you not happy to be to just be in a call with me? Let's see how it is.
Yeah, like you're not one of the only people ever that I'll be in a call with without someone else there.
Yeah, I'm special.
You are.
Ah,
Special needs, Ubu.
it's true.
And those needs are TTRPGs.
Also very true.
I changed my dice, so hopefully I'll do better next time.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Don't get 8, forehead.
Don't get 8 foreheads.
I don't even think you can see my forehead.
Yeah.
Oh, you really can't.
Aside from my untimely payout, feels good so far.
I'm
Feels
glad.
about where I expected.
I'm glad.
Now I just need to find my goddamn staff.
I promise you it will not be hard to find. I would not torture you session 1 by removing the weapon that you so lovingly put together. Save that for session 10.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're used to Yoshi DMing here, so.
No. Yoshi is a great DM. That's the thing, I have had GMs where they take away the thing that makes your character.
Yeah.
I was playing a Pathfinder game and I was playing it's the Arcanist Black Blade. So I have a blade tied to my spear. You cannot take it. And my GM's literally took that away from me and I was like, the hell? And he did it just to make me feel worthless in that session. And I was like, all right. That's great. That campaign did not last much longer after that because everyone else had similar complaints.
Yeah.
Gallifrey!
Hey, Gallifrey.
I agree. It's one thing to make a player feel hopeless because it's the situation. But, you gotta give them a situation that's, a little bit of both. Maybe they have an answer. You don't do that just to be like, I'm the GM. I say what.
I had a GM that I left after the first session because they told me that they felt like their job was to try and kill us.
Oh, yeah, I would have left that immediately.
Yeah,
That's why I like
left
this
immediately
game.
after the session.
Paranoia, because the job is to get everyone to kill each other.
Yeah.
The GM's job is to make an enjoyable environment and push a story, and sometimes people die, but it's not the GM's job to be like, I'm going to kill you. That's not.
And that's why I like this system so much. The GM cannot just kill you. The GM has to accept the fact that, within reason, it's entirely up to the player. Thank you for the lurk, Weedy.
Weedy, 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 weedy,
Hey,
weedy.
Corpse.
Hey, corpse.
We are currently on a break, so I am responding to chat. Although once Yoshi gets back, we will continue.
I've been talking to chat for most of the time.
I've been watching. I've been watching
Yeah.
you, Yoshi, Droopy, and Dusty all sitting in there talking.
I just see Dusty talking shit.
Dusty and Droopy might be forming a slime
Cement
army.
Addict!
Cement addict.
Hi, Cement.
What's up,
Oh,
Cement?
Hey, Cement. Gallifrey, thank you for the wonderful food. Love you.
Watermelon juicy? Yo, we like juicy watermelons. What's up? Well, we are running a
Brethren
tabletop
and
game.
sistren.
We are actually going to be getting back to that, so we will be less responsive to chat. Some of us will be popping in chat to say messages and such. But we are having fun, and yeah.
Hopefully I'll do better with new dice. I'm
And
pretty
yes,
sure those dice
Gallifrey,
hate
thank
me.
you for the ice cream.
All right. So with that, you all are gathered. The combat outside has lulled. The adventurers come in, some of them very heavily injured, some of them lightly injured, some of them not at all. Clear, unfortunately, some did not make it. Celia has already taken control of ordering cleanup, sending people to move things. Kaikios, you have been dragged into this as you were helping out as a guard. So you have been dragged into organizing stuff and moving bodies and such.
Gavin will also pitch in to help.
I carry out my my old duties of anyone who is not dead yet, but definitely not going to make it. I just wrap that up real quick because it is bad luck to leave someone on the cusp.
Now, are you talking specifically enemies you're doing that, or allies?
Anyone who is clearly not going to make it.
Okay. All right. Considering this is a world where healing magic exists and members of the Light of Andel are here,
Then
there's
they
not...
would make it. So
Yeah.
I'm keeping that in mind.
So, like, the only people you really have to put down are there's a couple of, like, of these corrupted guards. You don't really have a better term for it. That are, like, very light movement. And just to nip that in the bud, you just real quick dispatch them.
Right in the bud.
And as things are being cleaned up, I know Gavin said he's helping. I know that Kaikios is helping. Is anyone else helping with the cleanup?
Kind of
I
helping.
will help with the. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, Rex is kind of helping. He's kind of dragging people by their arms towards the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rex, they kind of put you on body duty, specifically the wolves and the hex eyes that are about.
So he's probably got a peaceful wolf in his mouth while he's dragging the rest of them.
And that's why they move you to that.
Yeah.
Great child.
Who was playing with decks of cards?
It was an accident.
Is this your card?
And Swifty, what are you doing?
I am going. So we're going around outside and cleaning up, right?
Yes.
So I'm helping with the cleanup efforts while also trying to find where my staff may have rolled off to, because obviously I woke up. I like, where's my staff? What happened? What happened to it? It's like the most precious thing I have. So
As you're helping clean up, you kind of instinctively move to the area that you had been in, easily found. It's just poking out a little bit under one of the food stalls.
There you are. There you are. I kind of pick it up, dust it off, I'm a little dismayed looking at it, as obviously there are some nicks and not really dents, but like little scratches on it. In particular, the setting of the lapis lazuli jewel that had served as its focus appears to be slightly damaged.
Yes, so you
Couple
will.
tentative tests,
Mhm.
and it feels fine. It feels like it's still fine, but the shame of having allowed her novitiate staff to come to such harm is readily apparent on her face.
As you are, um, you know, looking over the staff and getting that like upset about its current condition, but happiness that it is in one piece at least. It's not broken. Someone walks up to you, as someone does to everybody, and just gets your attention and says, excuse me, Lady Anya wishes to see you. She will be in the town by the statue of Phyresia.
Who or what is Phyresia?
The goddess of the harvest. The
I'm staring
Endelian
blankly
goddess.
at this person.
They look side to side for a moment, and then they just look at you and go, the reason for the season? And he looks optimistic as he says that.
Yeah.
What season?
The harvest season.
Oh, it is autumn then.
Yes.
Hmm.
He walks
He
away
pumps
from
his-
you, scratching his head to go gather others.
I just gotta go, and just like pump my fist in my palm, like, ha, knowledge acquired.
You say autumn, and the fairy looks at you for a second.
Now, where's the statue?
In the
What did you say
center,
once again?
it was in the center of town.
No, that was in character.
Oh,
He still has no idea who this statue is of or where it is.
that's amazing. That's fair.
Just out of character. What was the name of the goddess again?
Phyresia.
Thigh or Phi?
Phy. Phy.
For Star Region, that'd be a whole different campaign.
Yeah, that's not gonna be streamed on Twitch. That's gonna be streamed on the other sides.
Goes Phyrexia would also be something very different.
I'm not gonna lie, that may have been where I got the name initially. She was
Oh my
almost a
God.
very different goddess.
Mhm, mhm.
You said the woman who wants to meet is Anya, right?
Yes, Anya Fosh.
She's the Anya Fosh?
Fosh. Fasch.
Fasch.
Yes,
Try to keep accurate notes.
that's fair.
Anya is your fascia.
But by the way, every time he learns something new, Gavon just reaches into his belt pouch and pulls out a small handmade leather journal, writes in it, and then puts it away.
I just pictured the scene with Captain America and the Falcon,
Oh my
where he's
God.
pulling out the fucking little notepad.
That's where I got the idea from.
Of course. So in the center of town, you see Anya. She's an older woman, and she looks at you all with optimism and a smile.
To be clear, when Gavon wanders to the center of town, is that Phyresia? I point to the statue.
Someone goes, "It's the only statue in town," and yes. And they look
And that's
so
Anya.
confused. Yes, again.
Thank you.
You're welcome, strange big man who scares me. And just shuffles away.
Just watching this happen with fascination.
Anya looks at you all, and within seconds, she lets herself take a low bow and says, I want to start by thanking you all. I really appreciate what you've done here.
I've
Having
only done what was expected of an Imperial Knight. And I bow back.
Are you a member of the Light of Andel? I don't recognize you. What saint do you serve
Light
under?
of Endel, everyone keeps saying.
It's the It's the knightly order of the Kingdom of Andel and the Church of Andel.
Again, what is this Endel everyone keeps talking about?
Got it. You're not from around here. Andel is the pantheon of gods that I worship, and many others of the land do.
You say Landu. How's that spelled?
No, like many people of the land
Oh,
do.
yeah. Okay. And it's Endel's both the kingdom and the pantheon, then?
Yes, and the church covers 3 bases. My point is, thank you. I have, in my many years, seen many who would see this kind of thing and run for their own life. So I want to thank you all personally for helping a town so near and dear to my heart.
Thumbs up.
I have very
Bunch of-
little on me at the moment, but I have already discussed with the people. We'll be able to at least give you a bit of resupply for any future journeys. However, I also have a bit of a request, as selfish of me as it is. And you
Go.
notice Celia behind her looking very annoyed at the current situation. Nanya continues and says, this was a clear attack on the Kingdom of Andel. And it was perpetuated by the noble house of Raveth in Kenix. We're unclear if this is a declaration of war or if this is just danger happening as it does. And because of that, we want to ask you for help. The town of Ithum, which is it's a border between Kennox and Aidenhall. There is the noble house there. That's where this, and she flashes the heraldry badge. That's where this is from. I would like to ask you all go there and gather information. We cannot so readily send any of the Light of Andel, even through Aidenhall, let alone straight to Kenox. Which is why I ask for your help. I will gladly give you the money to pay the toll to get into Ithun, and I will even happily pay for you all to pose as adventurers. If you are willing to aid us.
She's done speaking.
Yeah, she looks at you all with honestly hope in her eyes.
And it's at that moment that the fairy whispers something in Rex's ear, and then Rex gives a thumbs up again. He is also now wearing a wolf on his head.
As commander of the Tempest Knights, it would be an honor to assist you, but I would ask a boon in return.
What would you ask?
I must report the goings on to Angarod Kane. Could you provide a messenger to send a message back to my home?
I would need to know who Ungarodkin is.
It's not a who, it's a city.
Celia, no map I've ever seen. I'm not sure where it is, and Celia, do you? Yeah, here you go. And Celia hands her a map. Obviously, the map she hands has all of the kingdom's name, and Angerhead's not on it.
And this is the point where Javon's just kind of staring at the map like, surely this must be mistaken. What are all these strange lands?
These are the kingdoms.
Where's Gavale? Where's Dorn? Where's Hulrud?
If you need to know that kind of information, I can set you up with an archivist from Phaedron, the oldest known kingdom. They might have information as to where your kingdom is. They might know better. Does that sound
would appreciate
good?
it.
Well, you'll have to head to Kenox anyway to head to Phaedron, so I'll send word there to look for you when you get there.
Thank you, milady.
And she bows her head and turns to the rest and goes, What about you all? Is there anything you would want in return so that I can make sure to prepare a rightful reward for you?
The only payment I ask is that you spread word of good deeds done in my name.
And what is your name?
Akaikios of Necropolis.
She pulls. She reaches into a bag and pulls out a bit of parchment and starts writing onto it, and then looks up at you with a face that said, "Fucking excuse me." And then she looks back down, goes back to writing as if she didn't just process information, and go, "You got it, Kaikios." And what about the other two of you? Well, three of you, I'm sorry, as she gestures to the fairy.
Rex just says food.
Consider it done. I'll make sure that there is a glorious feast.
And the fairy looks and says, maybe some new clothes.
We have a tailor around here somewhere. They could whip up some clothes for you.
Yeah, Autumn the fairy is pointing at Rek, who's wearing torn clothes that look like they're for somebody 3 years younger.
We can see to it that he's dressed properly. It might actually be better off that way. And you?
And for me, I gesture to my robes and the seal that holds them fast. I take it you have some passing familiarity with my order?
I do. I have actually been in conversation with the Holy Empire of Loria before. That was before I retired, however.
It would be a boon without compare were you to send word that I am to be engaged under your banner as a novitiate.
Sure. Can I have your name so I can pass that along as well?
Yes, I am Alessandra Ironleaf.
Okay. And she
Oh.
writes your name down. She turns back to Gavin and says, "By the way, I apologize. I didn't catch your name. I will need it for the archivist."
Gavan Up Julius Dugal, commander of the Tempest Imperial Knights.
She has a look of confusion for a moment and then just shakes it off and writes down your name. And then she turns one last time and goes, "And since I've gotten everyone else's name, can I have the name of the two of you?"
Rex points at himself boisterously with his thumb and says, Rex is Rex. Autumn is Autumn.
Right. Now, which one's Rex and which one's Autumn?
And then Rex points at himself again and says, Rex. And then he points at the fairy and says, Autumn.
Thank you very much, Rex. And she writes it down, and anyone who like kind of peers over notices she legitimately writes out Rex is Rex, Autumn is Fairy. Because she just doesn't know what to write at that point. She then puts
What a strange child.
She puts the parchment in her bag, and then she stands up and says, "Now, obviously, I wouldn't ask you to start your journey today. I would much rather you rest at the inn. It'll be covered entirely, and it'll give me a chance to get the clothing together for the young lad, as well as I'll try and see if we can get a feast together for the night, and I'll also have the funds ready for you tomorrow. There's 5 of you, but they might not charge for the ferry, so I think I'll only need to give you about 440 zenit. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. If they charge for Autumn, just let me know. I'll send you more money as soon as I can."
I'm sorry, was that 100 zenit per person per night?
No. So the zenit, the 100 zenit is to cover the adventuring pass when you get to Ithun.
Okay.
And then it's 10, so it's 100 for the pass, and then it's 10 for the toll to get in.
Okay.
And with that, she will get up and start walking away. And Celia will walk over to the 4 of you and look at you all. And she'll sigh and go, "Look, she's trusting you. I don't want a damn one of you letting her down." And she points closer at Rex and goes, "You hear me?"
Rex doesn't really
And
know
so this is who again? Is the
So-
person doing this?
This is Celia Ethrite. She is the Saint of Twin Fang. For those who would be knowledgeable of the Light of Andel, I will leave that to the 2 people who would likely be knowledgeable, Swift and Iffy. She is widely known as one of the youngest ever saints. She does have a bit of an arrogance problem, clearly, as her 5'1" ass is threatening all of you.
To be fair, she's taller than Rex.
But those who know of her know it's not fully arrogance. She can back up a good portion of it. A 5v1 maybe not, but she could definitely put up a fight.
Mhm.
She then starts walking after Anya, clearly annoyed that she is not able to go on this mission for Anya.
Mm.
And now you are all free to resume cleanup, go and rest, what have you.
Did they leave me with the map or no?
They did.
Gvosberg would just stand there for a few minutes, just looking at the map in just utter confusion.
So what will everyone do?
Is also looking at the map over or under Kevin's shoulder, or under the arms, also confused.
I picture Rex like climbs up to look at the map, like in front of Gavin, just aw, like the child trying to look over the counter.
True, that's what happens.
So, climb on my back or climb on my front?
Like literally in front of you, like
Just
like-
climbs under the arm and then pops up.
even
Oh my
better.
God.
Before resuming my duties, I reach over and point on the map and say, I'm from that one.
Why did she seem concerned by that?
We're not well loved outside of our borders.
Why? You were clearly a skilled necromancer.
I see you are more of our opinion of the art than the common opinion, then.
Sure, it has its uses, summoning thralls to do work, being able to ask questions of the slain when investigating a murder.
I think you and I are going to get along.
Is this not the way the magic arts are still practiced?
Hardly.
Curiouser and curiouser.
I will go back to my tending of the battlefield.
All right. As things are mostly done, any of you who went back to tending of the battlefield are
Mhm.
basically like told, "Hey, you guys go clean up a little bit. You've done a lot to help us. Go and clean up and we will finish this up and you'll have some food. There should be baths for you available in the inn. You know, you should be all set."
And it was the
I,
light of Andel, you said, right?
What'd you say, Yosh?
It was the light of Andel was the church?
So no, Light of Andel is the knight order that serves the church.
Gotcha.
Basically, the church militant, kind of the Templars.
Yeah.
Then what's the church itself?
The church itself is the so basically there's the church, which has existed for many years, and they are the primary source of worship for the Andalian pantheon. The kingdom was once the name of it right now is escaping me, but they were once a different kingdom that was suffering from plagues and constant attacks from Eindel. And the church stepped in and offered to help under the term that they are able to utilize this kingdom as theirs, like basically becoming a theocracy.
How does that play into the Holy Empire of Lori? Is what I'm trying to understand.
That one's on Swift.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So we're all going back. We're all back in the inn right now, like, getting food or something. We're getting ready to whatever.
You're getting cleaned up. Everyone has a nice warm bath. Rex, there are fresh clothes in a room for you.
Yeah.
I'm just continuing my work. I am disregarding being disregarded.
After about 3 times, people just stop asking. You're like, you know what? Leave it be. They know what they're doing. We're just gonna help finish this faster. Maybe then they'll go take a bath. And within time, you all are brought to a table that is, it's just coated in delicious smelling dishes. There's meat dishes like roasted pork, there's whole ham, there's a few steaks on the table, there's some salads, there's mashed potatoes, a couple of cheese-based dishes, there's some mac and cheese on the counter or in a bowl. And just you are told,
Mac and cheese.
eat as you please.
Cue Dragon Ball eating scene.
Cue everyone watching this 4'6" child start devouring the bowl of mashed potatoes.
I just sit there completely fixated on this spectacle, not touching any food myself.
No
So-
utensils.
So just to be clear, Gavan was told this was a feast to celebrate, correct?
Yes.
So when Gavan comes down to the table, he is dressed in formal tunic, hoopla, hose, belt, shoes, and overcoat and tabard.
So, Gavon, as you approach this table, someone looks at you and immediately drops into a full, like, prostrated bow and goes, I didn't realize there was a noble here. I didn't realize there was a noble here. I didn't realize there was a noble here.
Peace, friend. The nobility was abolished 100 years ago. What are you speaking of?
What fantasy world do you live in? And at this point, Anya walks over and places her hand on your shoulder and just whispers and goes, I don't know where or when you're from, but nobility is alive and well.
Curiouser and curiouser.
It may be best not to say things like that.
I shall take this under advisement.
And then she
Perhaps I should-
turns to the gentleman who's on the floor and goes, it's okay, it's okay. We think he's from another like area of the world.
Perhaps I should acquire more less formal clothing for traveling.
Maybe in the future. For now, please go enjoy yourself.
Thank you, madame.
And with that, you all have a wonderful feast. The food, deliciously home cooked. You can taste the love in every bite. Except for Rex, he's swallowing it all. He's not really biting anything.
Is it at least
not-
cooked food?
Is it what?
At least cooked.
Oh, it's 100% cooked.
If you eat it fast enough, everything tastes the same.
Is Carrie also at the table?
Yes, but she's probably nibbling on some leafy food.
What a curious child.
As this is happening, Anya is going to walk out, and she's going to put a wine glass in front of Gavon, in front of Ellie, and in front of Akaikios. And she pulls out this bottle of wine. The wine inside is this extremely vibrant red. And for Akaikios and Ellie, again, as two people who have interacted with the world, you recognize that this is wine of the red. This is one of the rarest alcohols, and very few people have ever tasted it. And she walks over and says, would you like a glass? Starting with Akaikios.
I place my still plated hand over the top of my glass and say, I do not imbibe, and it would be a shame to waste such a rare vintage on me.
Of course, thank you for your honesty. And then she turns to Ellie and says, would you like a glass of it?
Milady, are you sure? I've only seen this in the Imperial City.
Uh,
I,
this town means that much to me. I am willing to share this. You all have done a wonderful work here. The least I could do is offer you some.
very well. It would be discourteous of me to decline a request or an offer from my new liege.
She pours you, a respectable amount, probably about a half of a wine glass. And just as the wine bottle is opened and starts to pour, the smell of it fills the room. The richness, almost almost something you can taste even without it touching your lips. Rex, this is a smell familiar to you. It smells of home.
I mean, Rex has been staring at the bottle this entire time, like, all like kind of blank stared, but with a hint of recognition.
Um, she then approaches Gavin. Would you like a glass?
Having taken the hint lead from Ellie, Gavan bows deeply. It would be an honor to share such a rare vintage.
And she will pour you the same amount she pours Ellie. She's then going to walk over to Rex and kind of go, unfortunately, I don't feel comfortable giving you wine as you are clearly young. Would you like any special kind of drink, any kind of juice?
Is caught up staring at the bottle, trying to figure out why he recognizes it. But Autumn looks at Anya and says, we'll just take some water."
Very well. Why is he... And, like, she's moving the bottle and watching Rex's head fall. Why is he following that? He hasn't had this before, has he?
He has never partaken, but it might hold some value to where he came from.
Interesting. And she will kind of gesture to somebody who will go and fetch some water as she, again, finishes corking the bottle and kind of returns it to her things. And she simply says, a toast to the many adventurers who have fought to protect Seiren. And you notice a couple of other adventurers also have this wine in a glass. And everyone just shouts, "Hear, hear," and begins to drink.
Gavan will stand up and raise his glass. And when she finishes her toast, he'll shout, "Hail the victorious dead!"
Everyone shouts even louder, "Hear, hear."
Remo and her sippy cup of chocolate milk.
Yes. Yes,
He's
that's what
small
Rex
enough
gets.
for his sipping cup. I don't
That's
think
what
he's
Rex
short
gets,
enough.
yes.
The feast
But
goes
right-
on well into the night. People talking, jokes being said, losses being mourned. As, again, not everybody made it. But the River of Souls is where all end up and where all come from. So, clearly, to be met again. And before you know it, it is late in the night and time for everyone to turn in. The food is no longer being served. Rex has eaten enough where he's almost that anime character of the distended belly. Autumn trying to
Luffy.
pull him towards the bed, just like, come on.
Lady Autumn, may I aid you?
Please.
I will pick up Rex and carry him up to his bedroom.
Also,
He does feel heavier than earlier.
Ben, I do apologize. I keep taking control of her at times. I just think it's funny
fine.
sometimes.
It's fine.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, no, Rex does feel a little heavier.
Man just ate his weight in steak and mashed potatoes. I would be surprised if he didn't weigh a little bit more.
So after Gavon assists Autumn with getting Rex to bed, he's going to return to his own room and pull a small burlap wrap parcel from his bag and go outside.
Okay. What about the other two?
Ellie braces herself as she heads up to her room, having only seen that vintage at the Imperial Court and other functions where the order had served rather than being served. She was not. She is being careful as to not show her unfamiliarity with vintage that potent.
Fair enough. Trying the best to hold her liquor. And
That's some good liquor.
what about a Kaikios? What is he doing?
Akaikios will eventually, after everyone else has gone their own ways, make his way to a bath.
Mhm.
Armor still on
Okay,
to
Goblin
clean
Slayer.
both himself and his equipment.
All right. So, with that, you will all get your rest as you heal up.
Ah. Does that include MP as well? Or-
I
I
am
think we have
Alright.
IP back also, right?
No, you do. Well, you are going to get inventory points back, but that's because the group is going to give you, or the town is going to restock you, basically.
Gotcha.
To refill your inventory points, you have to spend 10 Zenit while in town per point.
Okay, good to know.
Too much.
Let's see. So when you rest, you recover all hit points and mind points, and you recover from all status.
Excellent.
You also may gain a new bond of some kind.
Ah.
So if you all would like to gain a bond of some form, and it does not have to be just to the party, it could be to another character that you've met. Maybe you absolutely hate Celia because she's an arrogant piece of shit.
I'm just gonna say Rex has a new bond with Gavon because of the fastball special.
And I'm going to say
So is that admiration or loyalty?
That is admiration.
All right, fair, fair.
I'm going to say Ellie gains a bond of admiration toward Gavon for, literally saving her fucking life.
Fair, fair. Akaikios, Gavin, are you guys going to get a bond of any kind? It is entirely up to y'all.
I'm deciding.
All right.
Hmm.
Also, I
Can't
don't know if
decide
y'all.
it's admiration or loyalty.
I
But
don't
I'm
know if
getting a
y'all heard,
bond
it was-
towards.
Go ahead.
Huh? I was just gonna say I am also getting a bond towards Gavon for not talking shit on the dark arts.
You know what? That's fair. But yeah, I don't.
Gavon is actually going to take a bond of loyalty to Anya, as she is the first one to actually try to help him since he became stranded.
Amazing. I don't know if y'all heard, by the way, when I was talking as Anya, it was so hard not to say y'all. Which is so weird because I'm not from the South, and yet it's my primary word.
Should be the one saying that.
Uh, but yes, you all rest, you gain your bonds. In the morning, you are all met with fresh supplies to be used as you see fit. And Anya and Celia seem to have left at first break of light. And
I
with that,
presume we can proceed downstairs to get breakfast.
yes.
Or are we ending here?
Nope, you can get breakfast. We still have some time. Okay. Now, for context, I'm going to kind of explain how I'm using the map in the background. So we will be updating as we add to the map. Kind of something we're just doing as time goes.
Mhm.
Now, you see this little moon icon up here? This is the party.
Ah.
Wherever this is where y'all are. If there is a current main objective of some kind, such as in this case, heading to Ithun, you have to look for the crown.
The quest marker.
Yeah, exactly. If we do subquests, I'll find something to put there. But
Okay.
the crown is going to be main quest.
And so, what is the name of the house we're supposed to investigate there, by the way?
Right now, you are heading there to investigate the noble house of Reveth.
Can you spell that for me?
Reveth.
And it's in Ithun, right?
Yes.
Ithun?
Yep, apostrophe UN, but yes.
And that's in Kennox, right?
Yes, that is a border town between Kennox and Idenhall.
I was supposed to say, that definitely looks like it's on the border.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking notes because Rex wouldn't be taking notes.
I'm not taking notes because Rex wouldn't remember shit.
Exactly. Rex is just gonna follow Gavon.
Did Gavon just accidentally become the leader?
Yeah.
Kind
Someone
of.
who knows the least of anything going on in this world?
To be fair, Gavon looks like the strongest, so Rex is like strong guy.
I mean, to be
Yep.
fair, Gavon also, I literally woke up in Gavon's arms, so like.
Fair.
So in the morning, breakfast is served. It's nice, simple dishes: toast, some scrambled eggs. There's some beans, a little bit of bacon. Get some meat. And you are free to partake. Although for Rex, they do not give as much. They do serve some apple juice, though.
Gavon comes down this time only in the hose and tunic.
Rex is in a new outfit, but the sleeves are torn off.
There is one person in the corner who's just like, they're looking like they have given up. They tried, they look like, but they have given up as they watch Rex come down.
You gotta keep the arms free.
Arms gotta breathe. I can't hit right if they don't breathe.
Alright, so Gavon will find a place at a table with a plate of powdered with eggs, bacon, beans, and toast.
Sounds good.
Yep. Ellie will also sit with the group and poop with a plate of her fill as well.
I wonder.
Kaikios spends the morning in solitary prayer.
Valid. I just watched my ping for Swift go almost to 1,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wee!
For that.
It was
So-
at like 200 for me for a second.
So Akaikios is praying, and the other three are sitting.
Praying.
Well, Prairie. You become a prairie dog for a moment.
Prairie dog. Yes.
The other four are at a table together. I assume
Mhm.
Autumn came down with Rex,
Yeah.
and you are eating your food. Rex, you are given a respectable portion. You are not given the feast you were given last night.
Rex looks a little disappointed.
It may not be a feast, young lad, but it is hearty food that will help you grow strong.
Rex hears the word strong and just devours the eggs.
Meanwhile, Ellie's portion is fairly modest. You can tell some care went into what she got in order to get her fill, but you can she's a little still uneasy with just the lavishness that has been showered upon the group.
Mistress Ellie, you are a scholar of these lands, yes?
Would not say a scholar of these lands in particular. However, I have seen my fair share during my search for a noble house whom I may further my skills in for.
Enlighten me. What is this light of Andel?
Ah, yes. The light of Enda. They are much more in favor of direct confrontation than my own order. But at the heart of it, our goals are one and the same: peace and serving those gods who call this land their dominion.
They are in service to deities and not to the people.
Though they do, of course, serve the people through their work. They are definitely more in tune with the will of the church than any sort of common folk.
And this church, it is dedicated to this pantheon.
Yes. This pantheon governs over much of life. I do not know very much about their beliefs, unfortunately, as I serve another who is not as connected historically.
Did you not tell the Lady Anya you were from this holy empire of Loria, was it?
Yes, however, the land I am from and my monastery, the Ethereum, Sacra Resonante, the home of resonant magic for generations, lies across the sea from here to the west. I have made my way here as part of my journey and also to learn more about the world, but perhaps I know not which time you are from. Do you know the story of Saint Orphea?
I've never even heard the term saint till I met you all.
Hmm.
Concepts of saints and gods are foreign.
Ah, perhaps where you are from, um, she is known by a different title. However, through her teachings, I seek to serve the muse, and through so doing, ensure harmony is maintained across these fair kingdoms.
You speak of these saints as if they are almost deific in of themselves. Are they gods or are they mortal?
Mm. Lady Orphea was, as many were at one point, fully mortal. However, as far as my studies have taught, however, through service and the gifts from the muse, she did ascend to something more. Nothing like the gods of the pantheon or my own patron and themselves, but certainly beyond what one might consider mortal limits.
Oh, a favorite. You don't know what that term means, do you?
I'm afraid I have not come across that term in my studies or perhaps even in my travels. Though I admit, unfortunately, sometimes, let's just say, I didn't quite pay as much attention to the history as I should have. Since we are more or less a continent away from dear Eleonora, perhaps I feel comfortable in admitting that.
Forsooth, what a strange world have I found myself in, adrift among stranger and strangeness. And this child, is this normal for the young of this world?
Cut to Rex just devouring eggs still. He took someone else's plate.
Yeah. At some point, there's an adventurer in the corner who doesn't have half his food.
I was picturing you took it straight off of Gavin's plate because he was talking.
I mean, a
I was
little bit,
advised
yes.
also.
A little bit, yes. But he also went over to another adventure and just scraped the food onto his own plate.
I will say that such behavior would very swiftly be corrected by the preceptors or even the older students among my order. And may the muse protect them should the abbess herself witness it. Just a glint, a knowing glint in Ellie's eye, letting Gavin sort of pass, letting the fact that she has more than once ended up on the abbess's ire more than once.
Bond grins ruefully himself. I too have more than once felt the switch in the belt from my own father during training. You had mentioned, was it orchestra acoustic? What did you call it? You studied?
It is the art of resonant magic. Essentially, have you noticed the world around you is in song and there and rhythm? There is a specific, almost noise that permeates everything.
I see.
Eh.
You're a mathematician.
Oh, that was great.
I
Studies the
do,
patterns of the world and understand and use and harnesses them for their power.
in a way. I do. I have met some imperial engineers over the years, and
Could you just clip that?
perhaps understand how a little of how they see the world. However, my own view is decidedly more mystical. Or when the muse taught Saint Orphea how best to be aware and harness these abilities. It was not through equations or formulae. No, it was through tapping in to the energy that already exists and being in harmony with it, achieving the effects of an element or perhaps even a feeling.
Every time I think I have come to understand something of where I have found myself, I find only more mysteries. It is quite disturbing.
And it is with this the conversation continues until time of eating is up. And Kaikios, your prayer has reached the amount of
Mhm.
time that you feel is appropriate.
Mhm, mhm.
It is still just before noon, but you all know it's probably better to head on your way sooner than later.
Friend
On the
Cotton,
road
you
again.
have traveled these lands before, have you not?
I did once make my way in the opposite direction. Shouldn't be terribly difficult to find my way back home, at least partly.
Have you any recommendations on what's best course to speed our travels?
Well, I'm unaccustomed to traveling in groups, and I suspect our pace will be set by the child.
I wouldn't do that.
Cut
I
to
have a
Rex
feeling
ready to run a
a-
500-meter, just, huh?
Rex is
more of
sprinting
his-
on all fours.
I think more of our pace may set his.
Hmm. Well, in that case, I will, on the map, I will draw out the path I took to get here, just in reverse.
Were there many dangers on this road?
For me, no. For us, possibly.
Sorry, I just saw Gallifrey's comment.
Fair enough.
Oh, very well then. I believe we have our course charted. How long do you believe it will take us to reach the first town?
I don't know the scale of this map, Lamau.
Well, so
Yeah.
thankfully, there
There
is
is a scale.
yes. Unfortunately, the ruler doesn't work with the map
Not
being up
X.
top like that. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're just like pop. So we're gonna measure from here to. So happy that that's helping. Oh wait, hold on. I promise I know what I'm doing.
That makes one of us.
1.3 inches.
So
Takes us all 3 seconds.
that'll be just shy of 3 days travel.
Ah,
Mhm.
excellent.
Yeah, we'll just hide this map away. That's the travel map. I said hide away.
Gonna hide.
Sorry.
Fine,
Just
it's.
gonna-
I'll figure it out. It's fine. It's fine. It's gone.
That's just what happens.
Do
when you
we
get back
have
to that.
any kind of transportation, or are we just going on foot?
You're going on foot.
I was gonna say we
Okay.
have our feet.
And with that, a course charted, food in 4 of your stomachs, because Autumn's also there. And a goal in mind. You all begin your journey heading for Ithun.
Hmm.
The travel through Aidenhall may very well be treacherous, it may be peaceful. But that is something we will discover next session. And that session
In the
will
next
be
video.
on August
Next
2nd.
time on Alice Ball Z.
So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you the 4 of you for playing and going along with my shenanigans of wanting to run a tabletop game.
I was gonna say I think I had more shenanigans tonight than, than you did.
But we are going to go ahead and end here. Thank everybody so much for watching. The VOD will be up on YouTube I will try and put all of the links of the table, the markers, and the dice into the description after stream. Yeah. Reminder again, go follow everyone here. We got Iffy from Iffy VT, Van from Ventura VT, Swift from Swift Crescendo, and Yoshi from Ophilus. All are really good friends. All have, been working hard to set everything up here. Van did the pixel art for their minis as well as for them sitting on the intro video. And most of the other stuff has been made in RPG Maker or just ripped from video games. Do y'all have anything you want to say to the people before we end?
Meow meow.
Tip your servers.
Ban sippy cups.
And sipping cups.
Sippy cups.
Now, Yosh, I didn't hear what you said. Something about servers.
Remember to tip your servers.
You know what? That is a great tip. So we're gonna go ahead and end here. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some random music as we go to raid out to another group currently doing a tabletop roleplay. So thank you so much,
Ooh.
and I will see
Well,
you all
good
later.
night.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.